Hello and welcome to Denim and Leather Podcast, the new episode. This time we welcome Esmee Van Sinderen from bands Neon Black, Gramophone, Cobra Spell, and a bunch of other projects. Esmee, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you a lot. I wanted to ask you first, how did you start with music? What's your background? How did you start as a kid, maybe?
Yeah, I started playing guitar when I was, I think, 12, 13, and I started on a Spanish guitar with like the finger style picking, you know?
Okay.
And when I was 15, I bought my first electric guitar. It was an Epiphone SG with a tiny black star I bought with it. And I bought it because I was listening a lot to AC/DC and Guns N' Roses and stuff. So that was really the first stuff I played on an electric guitar. So I always say I started guitar playing on the age of 15 because this is where I also started with a guitar pick. So I actually had to learn everything new because it's so different with like fingerstyle picking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried some solos from Guns N' Roses, I remember, and actually the first band I played in was the Thin Lizzy tribute band. So I joined when I was 15 and I played there for 5 years.
Really?
And
you played very early in a Thin Lizzy tribute band. So you got in 1 year maybe, or in 2 years you got to play Thin Lizzy. I mean, from the start of the playing of guitar.
I was really having a hard time.
But that's a great advancement from starting point to the playing in tribute band.
Yeah, it was. I was learning really fast, but I remember that the singer of the tribute band was. He saw me playing these Guns N' Roses solo stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, you should try Thin Lizzy. Let's start with The Boys Are Back in Town." And when I was 15, I didn't know Thin Lizzy at all. I was like, what is this? So I tried this song, and I remembered that I was thinking like, fuck, this is so hard. the chords and the rhythm and the stroking, I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? But I wanted to play in a band, so I practiced super hard, and I came back like 2 weeks after it, and I said like, hey, I can play this song, and he said, let's do that. It's a good idea, and so on. Actually,
Thin Lizzy have the best harmonies in guitar. Yeah.
And I love Thin Lizzy. It's the best in the world.
Also, you became instantly a fan, and now it's your best band, right?
Yes. Yeah, really. For me, it feels like also the band I kind of grew up with. I mean, I fell in love with this kind of music because of Thin Lizzy. Because of Thin Lizzy, I started listening more to Deep Purple, to Van Halen, to Gary Moore, all of the good stuff. Rory Gallagher, I also like. So,
Great player. Which is your best song from Thin Lizzy?
Ooh. Actually, let's start with the best albums. That's already a hard question.
My best album from Thin Lizzy is Live and Dangerous. I mean the live album.
Yeah, that was actually our shows were called Live and Dangerous because we actually played like almost the whole album.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
We almost played the whole album of Live and Dangerous. Exactly those versions we played. So yeah, I think it's the best live album that actually exists. But
yeah, it might be. It's one of the top 3 for me.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. But I also really like Thunder and Lightning with John Sykes because it's a little bit more metal, you know?
Yeah.
And Renegade I really love, and Fighting.
Yeah.
But my favorite song from Thin Lizzy was, for a very long time, I remember it was The Pressure Will Blow, because it's the 3rd song on the Renegade, and I think this is really the best guitar twin thing they ever wrote. Do you know the song?
Great song. Yeah, I know the song. My best song is Cold Sweat.
Yeah, Cold Sweat. It's also one of my favorites.
Fuck,
But they didn't make a bad song, really.
yeah. Of course.
I can talk hours about Tin Lizzy, actually.
I can talk hours about Twisted Sister. It's my favorite band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in Friday I'm recording a show with JJ French, the guitar player of Twisted Sister.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Esmee, after Tin Lizzy Tribute, you joined Cobra Spell right away after that, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I was actually writing the guitarist of Cobra Spell, Sonia, a message on Instagram. Like, hey, would you like to make a cover together, like a guitar cover? Yeah. And she replied and she said yes. And I went there and we recorded the Motley Crue Kickstart My Heart video. And I think when I was there, I just asked, like, hey, do you want to start a band together? And she said, like, I'm already working on getting you into Cobra Spell.
Oh.
Yeah, the first plan we had to play with 3 guitarists, actually. But this didn't happen at the end because Sebastian Silva was also in the band still during this time, actually, when I joined. But yeah, it was actually kind of fast. I just sent a message and I met her and then it was done.
And how much time were you in Cobra Spell? I mean, you recorded together?
Yeah, we did one EP. Anthems of
you did tour? Yeah?
I did also a tour with Ross the Boss. And I think I was 2 years in Cobra Spell, so not for a very long time, actually.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's an experience for you. I mean,
yeah, it was great. It was a great experience.
Probably the first experience in a outdoor band, you know, like a self-made band, you know, not a cover band. Yeah.
It was Cobra Spell was like a band for me when I had like a lot of first experiences, like first video clip, first time in the studio, first tour, all of that stuff. So yeah, it was a great moment to learn new things, actually.
Yeah. So you left Cobra Spell, right? And because you wanted to make some other music with your own band, and you made Gramophone back then, right?
Yes, because in Cobra Spell we weren't really able to write like our own music, so it was more like a session musician way you could see it, actually. And I really wanted to write my own music, and then also the pandemic came, of course, and we weren't able to do any shows anymore. So I actually like left Cobra Spell at the beginning of the pandemic, I think it was. All of the shows were cancelled and nothing was really happening. So I was writing music with Mattis, he's called. He's from Sweden. I actually never met him. That's crazy. But I never met him in real life.
Also, you're making music over internet, you know, like online.
Yeah, we did everything in the Google Drive.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I actually never called with him. we did everything with WhatsApp and Google Drive and speak messages and stuff. But it worked actually pretty fine. It's crazy.
How much did you record together? I mean, how many releases?
I think we made around 20 songs, and
that's with Gramophone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we made like 20 songs, and we put like 5 of them on the first EP, Time to Strike.
Yeah. After Gramophone, but Gramophone never went live, right? Never toured, never went live.
No, because Mattis, when I asked him for Gramophone, he just left his band Dynamite, and he said to me like, "Hey, I want to make this project with you together, but I don't want to do gigs anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, fine. We are not going to, because it's a pandemic," and they were telling us that it would stay forever like that. So I was like, we can just do that and never play live, you know. But now we can play live again, so
So we are all happy.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense anymore now, but it was at that time it was so much fun
Yeah.
to make this music, and yeah, it was, and we did actually everything just with the two of us. We only had like a session drummer, but for the rest, the songwriting, the producing,
Yeah.
I don't know, like everything we did together, and I think it was very fun to do. And actually, the very first song I ever wrote is also on the EP. I think it was fun to have like this memory thing of writing your first song and also like bring it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Time to Strike is the first song on the EP. It's also my first song I ever wrote. So
Oh, great. That's amazing. You also do sing, right?
yeah, second voice, but
Yeah, I mean, not the main voice, but you sing. Really?
yeah,
Yeah?
in the car sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. You started. You after that you started. I mean, is it Gramophone done, or are you still active?
Well, currently we're not writing anything
Oh,
actually,
okay.
but we also never announced that we stopped. But
Yeah, yeah.
Not-
So,
it's kind of
so,
sweet.
so like after that you did Neon Black, right? Another band.
Yeah.
But you created the band, or you jumped in?
No, I created the band together with Sebastian from
Okay.
Cobra.
Yeah.
Because actually Sebastian's from the USA, and when we were actually in the studio together, I noticed that Sebastian and I were always on the same line. We always had the same ideas for solos, for intros, for guitar sounds. It worked so well together. There was never a moment that we actually looked at each other and were like, hey, that doesn't make sense or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it and he said, yeah, that's actually true. We should actually do something with that. So I was like, yeah, why don't we start a band together? And so we did. But yeah, we still haven't released anything because
But you
everyone's a bit busy. But
you did record something, right?
we're currently working on it. We're recording, but everyone is recording from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we live far from each other. Some members, like Sebastian, is in the USA. I'm in the Netherlands. There are actually two members that live pretty close to me, and the drummer lives in Germany. But everyone has a home studio, so we're planned to do everything from home, just like Gramophone. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really like to go to the studio to actually. I rather record everything at home, having the time for it. I don't know, in the studio I felt so much pressure because it's so expensive and every minute counts and everyone is looking at you and
Yeah, because it's like a term. You have to do it.
yeah, you have
in
to.
time.
I remember for Cobra Spell, I had to record a solo in 10 minutes. Everyone had packed their bags already, everyone had their jackets on, like, hey, we should go to the airport. And I was like, I have to record my solo still. So, yeah, they were like, yeah, go ahead, you have 10 minutes. So I was like, yeah, this is going to be a Wawa solo now.
And you did? You did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Fuck yeah. How many records do you have behind you? It's a few records maybe recorded. I mean, with the EPs and stuff, and maybe where you were a guest at some record maybe.
No, not yet. So actually, we have like Anthems of the Night with Cobra Spell, then the EP with Gramophone,
Yeah.
and I think that's actually it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you released. I mean, you have about 20 songs. You said with Gramophone, but I don't know if they're released yet. All.
Yeah,
Right?
no. We just wrote 20 songs together, and
Oh,
we
okay.
decided to release 5 for the first EP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you released them all.
No. We didn't. We should have, but first we wanted to do an EP, and then we had like plans to maybe do an album next. But then the pandemic was already over, so
Yeah.
yeah, we just went on with our
Okay,
lives.
the pandemic is over and you started touring. By the way, you just finished a tour with a band.
Yeah.
What was the name of that band? I couldn't name it, learn it. The girl,
Serena Telly.
the girl, yeah.
Serena Telly.
Okay, yeah, that's the name of the band or the girl that was singing.
Yeah, that's the name of the girl.
Okay. It sounded great from what I've heard, and you do the whole tour through Europe, right?
Yeah, it was more actually just Germany and Switzerland.
Germany, Switzerland, and maybe Netherlands or no? No.
No, not in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay, Germany, Switzerland, and you opened for Bryan Adams. That's one of the big things on the tour, right?
Yeah, that was the biggest show we had. It was crazy. It was really a dream for me to play in an arena. But yeah,
It was.
I
It was.
can't believe it actually happened. So
It was a big arena. I saw it was a huge place, right?
yeah, it was almost 10,000 people.
Wow.
So
Great.
yeah, it was wonderful.
it-
I want to
it-
do it
it-
again.
Of course, you will do it in the near future for sure. You're in that band, or you're not a constant member, or you're a member of the band.
I can't actually say much about it yet.
Oh,
but
okay.
something will be announced soon on the socials.
Uh-huh.
Something cool. So yeah, I cannot say too much about it, but
Wait, something cool from you or from that band?
from both.
Okay. I will be waiting and sharing and stuff. You know, Bryan Adams was one of the how to say. I was never a hugest fan, but his first solo album is amazing. I love it. Reckless, the album. It's incredible.
I listened a lot to Bryan Adams when I was 12, I think, like the stuff Run to You and Summer of '69. And actually, when I was like a tiny little kiddo, I think when I was like 6 years old or something, you had this horse movie, Spirit. He did the whole soundtrack for this movie. So I didn't know that till like I was 15 or something, and I was looking at this playlist and I was like, oh, that's Bryan Adams on the movie.
Really, which movie is that? I'm not familiar with. I mean, I loved him back in the day, but I don't
It's a
remember
child
the.
movie. It's a
Sorry?
child movie. Yeah, it's a comic child movie or something. Yeah, but I like the horse.
Oh, Spirit the Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it, of course. Yeah. It was him. I didn't know the soundtrack that it was him.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, incredible. I will check it. I will check it out again because I haven't watched it since I was a kid. I think I don't know. Since I was.
You will have great memories when you will hear this album. When I flew back from the show, I was listening in the plane to this whole Spirit album.
Oh, great!
It brought back so many memories, actually. So it's fun.
Yeah, I will. It reminded me now that you're talking about it. It reminded me of you know the band America. You remember the band America? That they're from the '60s, '70s. They played the whole soundtrack of the Last Unicorn. You remember that cartoon?
The West Unicorn.
The Last Unicorn. There is a cartoon. Yeah, you gotta check that out. You will love it. The Last Unicorn. It's a cartoon about a beast like a bull beast that kidnaps all the unicorns in the world, and there is only one. There is incredible soundtrack from the '70s, like a '70s band, you know, hippie band, playing with the soundtrack. You will love it. The band is called America.
I will check it out.
You will love that because you love that style, that back in the '80s and '70s style, you know.
Yeah.
You will love that. I will give you a link of it. You'll see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I read that you graduated at the restoration painter. You know, you restore paintings, right?
I never went that far, unfortunately. That was actually my goal in the first place, to restaurate like the Picassos and the Rembrandts and stuff.
Wow.
But I found out you actually have to do university twice. So I didn't really want to spend 8 years on school to touch a painting like that.
Why twice?
Yeah, I don't know. the people who are actually restoring these kind of paintings, I spoke to a few, and they all say like, yeah, we did a university in Amsterdam, and after that we went to Antwerp to do another restoration in school, university.
Maybe it's a master's degree or something. No.
Yeah, I don't really know, but for me it sounded way too crazy to do it twice. And then actually 4 years before the school, I had to do like I don't know how it's called, but at the end I had to go to school for like 16 years or 12 years to do this kind of job. So for me it's a bit too crazy. But
yeah.
I did like the basic restoration painting, and it was more about building. So you have to think more of the ceilings in the churches.
You're more about the fresco and the murals and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, the frescoes and stuff, and gold leaf, and making also wood and marble imitations, like painting.
I mentioned you that I finished the art academy, and I had a class of restoration, and we learned how to make how to do the glue that will glue the painting or the pigment of the color to glue it on the background, you know. So we learned the old school way how to do it with an yolk from an egg, you know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like those kind of things.
We learned all those stuff, and I also did. I painted icons. You know, in the Orthodox churches here, we have a lot of icons, and I painted a lot of icons back in like 20 years ago. We did a whole altar of a church, you know, with a few friends of mine. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's because of the background that I learned then, you know. When I saw that you're. But by the way, do you paint? Are you drawing, painting maybe or no?
I'm more of a drawer. Actually, I do paint. Oh, I actually have a painting here. I painted this, for example.
That's incredible. The first album from Boston, you painted it, really?
Yeah, I painted it.
It's great. Is it acrylic or oil?
No, it's acrylic.
Acrylic, yeah.
I love this album, by the way. It's a masterpiece.
I love it also. Is the first or the second? Wait. Is the first album?
I think so.
Which songs? It's the
More Than a Feeling, Rock and Roll.
Yeah, it's the first one. Yeah. Great album. I love that album.
But I do paint a little, but I was actually more of a drawer when I was like 14 years old. I drew a lot of cars, of course. I was already in love with cars on a very young age.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to ask you. You also restore cars, right?
Yeah, kind of. Not all of it. I'm not a car mechanic, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course.
And it's kind of hard.
But you're trying to make it, to restore it, to make it beautiful for you in your style, like a muscle car.
Yeah, also, I do work a little on my own cars and make them more beautiful with like the pinstriping paintings in the inside. And I was actually working on restoring like a Trans Am for drag racing. I really wanted to attempt like a drag race.
Drag race. Yes.
Unfortunately, in the Netherlands, they said last year that it would be like the last time because of the environment and stuff, and so this whole car can go away now.
What about the environment? I mean,
it's one day drag racing, but they say like, this is not the future anymore. It's not allowed.
Yeah, but they go fly with the airplane to tell you that, you know.
Exactly. But it's not allowed anymore. So goodbye drag racing, goodbye Trans Am. That's it.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, I think, with the cars and I think with the electric cars that they're trying to push more and more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love the old school cars like you know. I mean, by the way, drag racer. You know who is a drag racer? Stephen Piercy from Red.
Really?
Yeah. He has his own team, and he's like he does like a sponsorship and stuff. He also releases other bands' music, but he also has that Top Fuel or something. I will get you a link from him. He does that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fuck, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So you also build your own custom guitars. I mean, the same way you do restoration, right?
Yeah. Example for that too.
Oh, great.
I was actually working on this guitar.
Wow, it's incredible.
It's all with gold leaf.
Is it a gold leaf or what is it?
Yeah, it's real gold. Gold leaf.
Gold leaves. Yeah.
Know if you can see it. Yeah.
It's greatly done. It's very very precise. Great.
It was so much work. It was the worst, actually. I also had to like pinstripe the whole outlines of it. But as you can see, it doesn't have pickups yet. So
Yeah,
I
you.
wanted to finish it, but I never had time to do
It's
that.
beautiful. It's great. What guitar? What kind of guitar is it?
Oh, I built it my own actually. It's just an EVS guitar.
But it looks incredible.
Thank you very much.
Great. Is it from those leaves, those small ones, like a paper leaf, like an A4
Yeah.
leaf? Yeah. Yeah, I used to bought a lot of them when I was doing the icons and stuff for the background, you know.
I really like to work with that actually. I think it's something cool to you can add it like everywhere, the gold
Yeah.
leaf, and it adds like something luxury or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I really like.
It gives class, more class to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has to be done a little bit to not be a lot of kitsch, you know.
Yeah.
You know how to do it, you know.
I
Maybe
have to practice like real hard, but it's all about actually the temperature of the glue. That's the most difficult thing about it, because when the glue is too wet, your gold leaf will get matte instead of shiny, and when it's too dry, it won't stick and it will look ugly. But it's actually the hardest to time the temperature, because when it's like 1 degree warmer, then you have to start 10 minutes earlier with the on, and it's like a whole calculating thing when you start. But I really like it. Actually, restoration painting and stuff, it's all about science. It's really not, it's not really about painting, because when you are like restoring these paintings, you have to mix the right color and have to make sure you make the right consistency and stuff. It's more about science.
Yeah, but then again, at the end, it needs to be a drawing hand that will do it. You know, like you do. You know.
Yeah, but there are so many people working on these things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still really like it.
Yeah, you gotta come someday here, and you'll see how many restoration we need in the churches, because it's old churches from the 10th century, you know.
Oh really?
Yeah, a lot of walls are falling down and stuff. It needs a lot of restoration is needed here, you know.
It costs so much money to.
Yeah.
So expensive.
Yep, it's very expensive.
Cool.
How about the muscle cars? You have 2 or 3 cars, right?
At the moment, I have 2.
I saw that video of you that you went with some friend of yours to some gig, and you were like, and now my car is broke.
Yes, I went to KK's Priest in the south, and we went back home at 2 a.m. in the night, and the lights, they decided just to get off.
You were at what concert?
KK's Priest.
Oh, I thought you said Judas Priest. Oh, KK, yeah, KK Downing.
Priest.
I opened with my band. I have a band. I'm a drummer. We opened for Judas Priest back in 2015.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like it was Bryan Adams for you. We had like 8,000 people in Judas Priest, and it was incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love Judas Priest. I really do.
Yeah. Priest are great. Priest, and it was Priest and Halloween on the bill. You know Halloween from Germany?
Yeah. I know them.
It was them, and we were the openers. It was incredible.
Awesome.
Where does that passion comes for you for stuff that's like old school? You know, old school cars, old school old school music, everything, you know, the style, the whole style. How does that come for you, you know?
I think I just created that on my own, the love for the vintage stuff, because
Yeah.
I always felt like the black sheep in my family, you know, like no one is the same in my family. I'm always like very different from the others, and I was the only one who wanted to do music and and art and painting and cars and yeah. So I don't know actually. I know my dad used to listen to bands like Status Quo and Dire Straits. So
Great.
the love for these bands I get from him. I really love those bands though, actually.
Yeah.
I love Status Quo. But yeah, that's actually pretty it. I think
Yeah.
for the rest, it's just all my own and watching stuff on TV and seeing the old school stuff. And I was already in love with the old school stuff when I was 10 or 12, and it went more and more and more. So and now I think I'm born in the wrong year. So
Yeah, I'm also like you with that moment that I was born in the 80s and I remember some stuff as a kid, you know, and it stuck to me. My father used to be a rock drummer in the 70s, you know. He
yeah,
had a band and it is the same, but all the music is that I listen is from him, you know, and
yeah.
it just went on, and I never left the 80s in style and in music, you know, never.
I understand. It's good.
It's the same, you know.
Yeah.
Esme, what are your future plans? Maybe short-term future and long-term plans.
Ooh.
Hard question.
Yeah. Yeah, good question actually. Yeah, just becoming a very big rock star, I guess. The long term. Yeah, but for me, the music. I had a lot of different jobs, did a lot of different things, but after a year, I got bored of these things. And when I do music, when I step into a venue, I really feel like, yeah, this is where I belong. This is what I want to do.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
This is where I get all the energy from. Like, yeah, when I'm in this venue, people are looking at me and asking me, like, how did this happen that you have like so much energy right now? And in the car, I'm like headphones on and just staring outside. And I don't know. I get so much happy power from the music, and this is really what I want to do and where I belong, I feel like. So for the long terms, yeah, music, 100% music. For the short terms, music, 100% music.
So it's yeah, you will never stop. You will never stop the music.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. That's the spirit. That's the way to do it. You know, you have to just record and release music and videos and stuff.
As much as possible.
Yeah. Okay, Esme, we came to the end of the episode, and I gotta tell you, thank you for being a guest. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because we are, we are the same blood type in the music. You know, we love the same bands and stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.